Well, as the most recent state legislative session draws to a close, much of the public discourse has surrounded Senate Bill 3 and House Bill 4. One aims to ban the sale of hemp THC products, and the other aims to expand the state's compassionate use program. Veterans are one of the more outspoken groups when it comes to the ban. Aaron Gonder spoke with one to see where they stand on the issue. Aaron?
Yes, Carney, the combination of the two bills is controversial to say the least. On one hand, you have the people saying they need access to the higher THC products for their medical conditions. And on the other hand, government officials are claiming those same products are causing health issues all on their own. And in order to dig deeper on the public sentiment on these bills, I spoke with a veteran right here in Wichita Falls. Senate Bill 3 and House Bill 46 have been the topics of heated debates through this most recent legislative session. With the state's medical marijuana industry hanging in the balance, veterans are directly affected by both bills. Local veteran Michael Kurtz doesn't use medical marijuana himself. He instead sees it as a Band-Aid solution.
While it may produce a temporary fix for PTSD and anxiety, it generally just it won't heal the issue. It won't fix the problem.
While the legislature aims to ban the sale of hemp THC products with SB 3, HB 46 is aiming to expand the state's compassionate use program. Kurtz sees it as a correction of previous legislation, and the two bills might not be the final solution in the end.
How do you balance that to where we're regulating enough, or we're not regulating enough, or we're regulating too much, or not regulating enough? And that's the hard part, I think.
The expansion of the compassionate use program was authored by Senator Charles Perry. The program allows for the use of medical marijuana, but heavily regulates its distribution and THC content.
It will be the largest medical cannabis program, regulated medical cannabis program in the country, and probably the most well designed.
And the expansion isn't without its critics either. Carlos Lopez, a dispensary owner, is wary of what might happen if the compassionate use program isn't up to snuff.
If they can't get the compassionate use right away, maybe they might go and put themselves in a risky situation where they're trying to get stuff off the black market,
With both bills still awaiting approval, Kurtz hopes veterans can find a more permanent solution to whatever ails them.
They need to find a community, and really what it boils down to is if you have a community, you have somebody to talk to, somebody to communicate with, and that in general will help with reduce the anxiety and reduce depression and things like that.
As the legislative session draws to a close, veterans' eyes will be on SB 3 and HB 46. The governor has the ability to veto SB 3, but he does not have the act. He doesn't have to act on it for it to become law. And House Bill 46 is awaiting its final approval from the House after the Senate made its most recent amendments.
All right, we'll see what's to come. Aaron, thank you so much. And we'll have more from the state capitol right after the break, so stay with us.